December 7, 1941. The Japanese unleash a devastating attack against Pearl Harbor, dealing a painful blow to the Pacific Fleet. More than 2,000 American servicemen perish while attempting to repel the onslaught. And although the attack fails to knock out the strategically important aircraft carriers, it succeeds in shaking the American people to the core. Entering the war is no longer a choice. It is a necessity. On December 11, Nazi Germany declares war against the United States. Just a few days later, Operation Paukenschlag is put in motion by the commander of U-boats, Karl Dönitz. This long-range operation is an attempt to cripple the U.S. merchant fleet, which holds a key role in supplying Great Britain in its struggle against Hitler. All along the U.S. East Coast, German U-boats sink hundreds of American tankers and cargo ships, slowly tightening the noose around the neck of Great Britain.
He's gonna steal your soul.
It is clear that without American support to their war effort,
time he watches
Britain's
some Mortal
survival
Kombat.
will be measured not in months, but in weeks.
You got a baby
With the
Shang
majority
Tsung.
of its might focused on fighting the Japanese in the Pacific, the U.S. Navy is left with very few anti-submarine
Your
vessels
soul is
available to
mine.
the Atlantic theater. Not even remotely
Oh,
enough to
focus.
introduce an efficient convoy system that could protect the merchant fleet from
That
the
works too.
U-boats. The bloodbath continues for months, and the fire from burning tankers becomes a common sight from the shores of the East Coast. The survival of Great Britain now hangs by a thread. Finally, in May 1942, the U.S. Navy manages to muster enough anti-submarine ships to put the convoy system into effect. Now, with the help of the Royal Canadian Navy, merchant ships are escorted along the U.S. coast to form convoys around Newfoundland. Only then are they ready, having been joined by their guardian angels, to set out on the perilous journey across the Atlantic. At last, the steel wolves of Dönitz will be facing a challenge. They are about to meet a whole new breed of enemy. Fast, maneuverable, and more than capable of sending a submarine to the bottom. The Fletcher-class destroyer.
Fast is a boat. Feeling that it's not that fast.
The Battle of the Atlantic took place in the 1940s. During that time, most U-boats were still diesel-electric, and so could not stay submerged for prolonged periods of
U-boats
time.
was stupid fast, was it?
Therefore, you're very likely to detect them on the surface using radar before they close in for the attack. Once a U-boat submerges, you can no longer detect it using radar, and you will have to use sonar instead. Unlike radar, the sonar of the 1940s had to be pointed in the appropriate direction in order to detect the enemy. Bear that in mind when you lose radar contact with the enemy, and, most importantly, remember this.
Like
Radar
faster than a
works
car
only
fast,
for
faster
surface
than a jet
contacts,
fast.
while sonar works only for submerged contacts. Last but not least, the 1940 sonar also has a dead zone right under your destroyer, which is crucial to remember. The most important thing you need to understand, however, is that everything at sea is ruled by the compass. Consequently, every instrument, report, and command also refers to it. It works just like the clock, with 000 or 360 at the top, 090 on the right, 180 at the bottom, and 270 on the left. These three-digit codes are called bearings, and they refer to the cardinal points. 000 or 360 is the north, 090 is the east, 180 is the south, and 270 is the west. So, if there is a contact at bearing 090, it means that it is located east of our position. This system allows the crew
Jets are
to
fast, they
quickly
just can't go
exchange
very far,
information
right?
regarding where the enemy has been detected, what course to take, and so on. Once you understand it, it quickly becomes second nature. In summary, the most important information for you will always be the position of the currently tracked enemy,
Wait, so
which
much
is given in
fuel?
bearings, which direction, and ranges, how far away from your position. The last thing you need to know is how to execute a successful depth charge attack. The problem consists in hitting a moving object in 3D space with a weapon that has a considerable delay between being fired and hitting the target.
Yeah.
In general, the attack has to be made in such a way as to drop the depth charges with a lead ahead of the U-boat's bow. What is more, the depth charge fuse must be set for shallow, medium, or deep. Bear in mind that the deeper you set the fuse, the longer it takes the depth charges to reach the set depth. The optimal time to drop depth charges is calculated by an analog computer called the Tactical Range Recorder. It measures the speed of closing the distance between your destroyer and the target, and will help you to decide when to give the order to fire. Because of that, pay close attention to what the tutorial says about using the TRR, as it will make the difference between success and failure. In reality, the chances of hitting a U-boat with depth charges were rather slim, but due to the devastating effects that even close misses had on the submarine's morale, harassing and suppressing the U-boat was often enough to make its crew abandon further attack attempts, at least for some time. Now that you understand the most essential facts about anti-submarine warfare in the Second World War, you can proceed with the tutorial.
How convenient. Welcome to the destroyer. The bridge is ready to control the destroyer's maneuvers. Let's start with changing the ship's speed, which you can do the engine order.
All engines ahead standard.
All engines ahead standard. Aye, sir.
8 knots to 25 knots. So bring up the engine order to ground.
All engines ahead 1/3.
All engines ahead 1/3. Aye, sir.
Join course. Get north. Course related to bearings of your courses. You are heading exactly northward. The way to steer is by clicking on the helmet that is raised for keeping your destroyer turning at a given radius.
Hard right rudder.
Hard right rudder. Aye, sir.
Steady as she goes.
Aye. Steady on course.
Aye.
3, 4, 9.
Rudder 20 degrees right.
Rudder 20 degrees right. Aye, sir.
New course 0, 1, 0.
Course 0, 1, 0. Aye, sir.
Has been detected to attack it first. Let's take a look at the target bearing.
Surface radar has a new contact. Bearing 0, forward, forward. Range 3,200 yards.
Bridge combat. New surface
That's all you need.
contact
For
from
target bearings
radar.
aligned with the
Bearing
bow of the
0,
ship, then you're
4,
steering right way
range
to target position. The original.
3,200 yards. I designate contact. Able. Time 0, 6.
Contact able now bears 0, forward 5. Range 3,000 yards.
Aye, sir.
Rudder 10 degrees left.
Rudder 10 degrees left. Aye, sir.
Contact able now bears 0, forward 7. Range 2,700 yards.
Aye, sir.
Yeah, within 2,000 yards of the target. Give it a try.
Rudder.
Contact Able now bears 053. Range 2,400 yards.
Rudder amidships.
Rudder amidships. Aye, sir.
Yeah, increase your speed.
Contact Able now bears 061. Range 2,100 yards.
All engines ahead 1/3.
All engines ahead 1/3. Aye,
Get
sir.
it. Leave the bridge, take a look around, and holding down the little mouse button.
Contact Able now bears 069er. Range 1,900 yards.
Surface content, so you may want to take a look at any time you need. Now let's see how you can track your own. First, maybe we go on the DRT. Where's the DRT?
Contact Able now bears 075.
Did breaking interest will help you plan your maneuvers in
1,700
relation to
yards.
position, and the crosses represent the U-boat position. You can plan your maneuver by observing how the positions.
Contact Able now bears 080. Range 1,600 yards.
Two skills you can switch between as soon as the enemy is below 1,000. We recommend you switch to.
Contact Able now bears 087. Range 1,400 yards.
You know, but then you can proceed with the shooting the guns. Gun
Stand by
director.
to fire.
Contact Able now bears 095. Range 1,300 yards.
Start tracking contact.
Contact Able now bears 104. Range 1,300
Yeah.
yards.
Target acquired. Fire. Target bearing 109. Range 1,200 yards. Load star shells. Illuminate 109.
Contact Able now bears 114. Range 1,200 yards.
Like it assumes I know what I'm doing. Let's take a look at the sonar console of this thing. To note
Lost
here is the round
contact
plate with
Able.
bearings.
Last
then
bearing
use-
117. Last range 1,100 yards.
Sonar, this is the captain. Perform active search. 3152045.
Active search 315 through 045. Aye, sir.
Sonar, combat.
Combat sonar. New sonar contact. Bearing 349.
Probably the one we spot on the surface.
Range
No, just the window
900
in the
yards.
upper
Combat
right.
sonar. Investigating arc 270 through 090. Sonar eye.
So as soon as
Combat
the bearing
sonar.
there, you
Contact.
learn about the
Able.
bridge.
Now
However, you
bears
can mark the current U-boat in
349.
order to track how it is.
Range 900 yards. Bearing steady.
We're gonna get closer and let's learn how to arm and fire depth charge.
Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 348. Range 900 yards. Bearing steady.
Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern.
He crossed along the wall, but...
Combat
Oh,
sonar.
what?
Contact. Able. Now bears 3, 4, 8. Range 900 yards. Bearing steady. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 3, 4, 9. Range 700 yards. Bearing steady. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 3, 4, 9. Range 500 yards. Estimated depth shallow. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 3, 4, 9. Range 300 yards. Very strong propeller noise. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 3, 4, 9. Range 100 yards. Very strong propeller noise.
Fire 1.
Combat sonar. Lost contact.
There we go.
Able. Last bearing 3, 4,
Fire 2.
9. Last range 100 yards.
Combat sonar. Regain contact. Fire 3. Bearing 1, 6, 9. Range 100 yards. Combat sonar. Lost contact. Able. Last bearing 1, 6, 9. Last range 100 yards. Surface radar has a new contact. Bearing 2, 1, 4. Range 3,500 yards.
Bridge combat. New surface contact from radar. Bearing 214. Range 3,500 yards. I designate contact.
And leave it to me to pick the most technical games out.
Surface radar has a new contact. Bearing 139er. Range 2,900 yards.
Bridge combat. New surface contact from radar. Bearing 139. Range 2,900 yards. I designate contact Charlie. Time 0:15.
Contact Baker now bears 209er. Range 3,500 yards. Contact Baker now bears 207. Range 3,600 yards.
Black Cat reporting. Roger. Black Cat on the way to patrol area ahead of convoy.
Black Cat, this is Bloodhound. Attack contact, Charlie.
Roger. Black Cat attacking contact. Charlie.
Luck. Good luck, it says.
There are 3 elements that are absolutely crucial to U-boat tactics: speed, flanking, and the element of surprise. Let's begin with speed. The submerged U-boat is roughly as fast as the convoy, so it cannot effectively catch up on it from behind. It would first need to surface to make more speed, yet at the cost of being attacked by escort gunfire. Therefore, the most dangerous kind of enemy is the clever U-boat captain who approaches submerged from the front of the convoy, maintaining the element of surprise, unless you detect him with the sonar. Most enemy captains, however, will approach the convoy on the surface, for reasons already mentioned in the ASW 101 video. As for flanking, torpedoes had the highest chance of hitting the target when fired at the so-called broadside, i.e. not at the bow or the stern of the target, but at its side. which made for a much larger target. If you allow a U-boat to assume a flanking position within 1,500 yards of the convoy and give it enough time at periscope depth, they will be able to shoot whole salvos of well-aimed torpedoes, potentially sinking a few merchant ships in one fell swoop. Also, the Wolfpack tactics used by U-boats were based on advantage in numbers in an attempt to swarm and overwhelm the escorts by attacking from multiple directions at the same time. This was supposed to create a shock effect and confuse the escorts by creating chaos and giving them more targets that they could handle at a time. In order to help you prevent that, here is a handful of tactical advice. The best area for U-boats to attack from are the convoy flanks. Prevent them from sneaking into good firing positions, and convoy survivability will rise exponentially. U-boats approaching submerged from the front of the convoy can be a nasty surprise. Whenever possible, maintain at least minimal sonar coverage aimed towards the front of the convoy. If you manage to attack and suppress a U-boat long enough, it will stay submerged and will eventually end up behind the convoy. If that is the case, it will be almost impossible for it to catch up without surfacing, and its threat will have been nullified, at least for some time. Try to attack U-boats as far away from the convoy as possible. However, once they break through, make sure to recall your escorts. Close the formation and aggressively defend the flanks. The U-boats will attempt to exploit any holes in your defenses to get there and fire multiple torpedoes. So if any U-boats break through into this zone, attack them with all your might, or their torpedoes will start to wreak havoc in the convoy. Sooner or later, you will be able to determine the main vector of the attack. Once that happens, relocate more escorts there from the other flank of the convoy as soon as possible. Bear in mind that such formation changes will take a while, so try not to jump the gun, as it may cost you a lot of time later to reverse a bad decision. Whenever possible, attack a U-boat with more than one ship. Also, try coordinating your attacks.
These are very
with
wordy
other
and less
escorts.
gaming.
Just watch out for collisions, and you will be fine. If multiple U-boats break through and swarm the convoy flanks, chaos will ensue and you will start losing ships. Don't panic and stay on your toes, as this is the most difficult time of the battle. When it comes, make sure your escorts are prioritizing the right targets, and try not to get lost in the entanglement. If you make it through this difficult part, you will most likely succeed in suppressing and repelling the enemy. If you start losing ships, don't panic. Check the radar or the tactical station in combat. Deduce where the torpedo may have come from, and make a strong presence in the area to prevent the U-boat from taking further shots on the convoy. Use air support to harass U-boats that are beyond your reach, or quickly relocate it to suppress multiple U-boats when they get dangerously close to the convoy's flank. Remember that air support will force a U-boat to submerge, thus preventing it from firing its torpedoes. Some U-boat captains will submerge and hide under the convoy, or even try to sneak to the other flank. This is a bad situation for you, as it is very dangerous to track and attack U-boats within the convoy due to a high probability of collisions. And lastly, be aggressive, and do not let the enemy take the initiative. The longer you hesitate, the more time you are giving the U-boats to reach optimal firing positions and aim their torpedoes. Harass them, never let up, and focus all your assets to the fullest. That concludes the presentation of U-boat and escort tactics.
Bum, 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 bum. So yeah, we go.
Surface radar has a new contact. Bearing 033. Range 5,000 yards.
Bridge combat. New surface contact from radar. Bearing 033. Range 5,000 yards. I designate contact. Able. Time 2-5.
Contact.
Lookouts. Anything at 035.
I see nothing. Bearing 035.
Radio, Captain. Send a report to Convoy Commodore. Jansen has unknown contact on radar. Right flank of the convoy.
Contact. Able. Coming in much more strongly. I evaluate as a definite contact. Contact. Able. Now bears 036. Range.
Captain I.
400 yards.
Officer of the deck, set general quarters.
Set general quarters. Aye. General quarters. General quarters. All hands man your battle stations.
Run, people, run!
Throughout the ship.
Contact. Able.
Stern depth charge detail manned and ready. Main battery reports manned and ready. Engineering officer watch reports engineering manned and ready. Zebra set. 4 boilers online. Max speed 32 knots. Electric plant split. All fire pumps online.
Very well. All engines ahead standard.
Contact. Able. Now bears 040. Range 3,800 yards.
Rudder 30 degrees right.
Rudder 30 degrees right. Aye, sir. Surface radar has a new contact. Bearing 078. Range 5,500 yards.
Bridge combat. New surface contact from radar. Bearing 078. Range 5,500 yards. I designate contact Baker. Time 2-6.
Contact. Able. Now bears 048. Range 3,200 yards.
All engines ahead full.
All engines ahead full. Aye, sir.
All engines ahead standard.
All engines ahead standard. Aye, sir.
Contact. Able. Now bears 056. Range 2,800 yards. Sonar, this is the captain. Perform active search. 2972027.
Active search 297 through 027. Aye, sir.
Contact. Able. Now bears 066. Range 2,500 yards. Sonar, this is the captain. Perform active search. 2522072. Active search. 252 through 072. Aye, sir. Contact. Able. Now bears 078. Range 2,200 yards.
This is a thing.
Contact. Able. Now bears 093. Range 2,100 yards.
Stand by to fire.
Contact. Able. Now bears 108. Range 2,100 yards. Contact. Able. Now bears 122. Range 2,300 yards.
All engines ahead full.
All engines ahead full. Aye, sir.
All engines ahead standard.
All engines ahead
Contact.
standard.
Able.
Aye, sir.
Now bears 133.
Hold on.
Range 2,600 yards.
All engines ahead 1/3.
All engines ahead 1/3. Aye, sir.
Contact. Able. Now bears 141. Range 2,900 yards.
contact. Able now bears 147. Range 3,000 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler regained contact. Able, bearing 152. Range 3,100 yards from Bloodhound. Ready depth charges, medium pattern.
General Grant has been torpedoed and is on fire.
Fire 1. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able, bearing 153. Range 3,200 yards from Bloodhound. Fire 2. Ready depth charges.
It's lost. General Grant. All ships. Maneuver to avoid.
Fire 3. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able, bearing 155. Range 3,300 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able, bearing 157. Range 3,400 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able, bearing 158. Range 3,500 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able, bearing 160. Range 3,600 yards from Bloodhound.
We're not getting anywhere in this game, guys.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able, bearing 161. Fire 2. Range 3,700 yards from Bloodhound. Fire 3.
Stand by to fire.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able, bearing 162. Range 3,800 yards from Bloodhound.
Fire.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able, bearing 164. Range 3,900 yards from Bloodhound.
Fire.
Ready depth charges. Deep pattern.
Lost contact. Baker, last bearing 164. Last range 3,400 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler
Fire.
now has sonar contact. Able, bearing 165. Range 4,000 yards from Bloodhound.
Load star go. Illuminate. 1, 4, 7.
Fire 1. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able, bearing 166. Range 4,100 yards from Bloodhound.
Load point detonating rounds.
Fire 3. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able,
Bearing 167.
Fire.
Range 4,200 yards from Bloodhound. Ready depth charges. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 168. Range 4,300 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler regained contact. Baker, bearing 168. Range 4,500 yards from Bloodhound. Fire 2, ready depth charges. Medium pattern. Fire 3. Fire 1. Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern. Fire 2. Fire 3.
Bloodhound, this is Black Cat. Air support, over convoy. ETA, 30 minutes.
Fire 1.
Stand by to fire. Fire.
I think we're shooting just to shoot, guys.
Fire.
The American way.
Fire.
Fire 3.
Surface radar has a new contact. Bearing 153. Range 9,200 yards.
Bridge combat. New surface contact from radar. Bearing 153. Range 9,200 yards. I
Fire.
designate contact Charlie. Time 2:20.
Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern.
Fire. Fire.
Fire 1.
Fire.
Fire 2.
Fire. Fire.
Fire 3. Ready depth charges. Deep pattern.
Being deep.
Fire. Load illumination round.
Illumination.
Illuminate. 1, 3, 8. Illuminate. 1, 2, 1. Illuminate. 0, 8, 7.
Fire 1.
All engines ahead full.
All engines
Fire
ahead
2.
full. Aye, sir.
Fire 3.
Lunar Voyage has been torpedoed and is on fire. We've lost Lunar Voyage. All ships, maneuver to avoid.
Lost contact. Charlie, last bearing, 168. Last range, 9,700 yards.
I nailed it.
All engines ahead standard.
All engines ahead standard. Aye, sir.
I do want to play some Hunt, but I don't think I'm going to have time. Maybe after the movies. We got movie night at 9 p.m., everybody. Whoever's here. Dark spots. broke at the moment. Our spot's down at the moment. His bot's down. That's why the creative chat doesn't work. I just drug you into the open lobby. Yeah. Games. I just gotta wait till this timer's done. Yeah. Thank you. That's an easy one.
Rising
Use
Star
Bond.
is sinking.
Except for he was going about it all wrong. He was using like object of obsession. Silly man.
We've lost Rising Star. All ships, maneuver to avoid.
Bloodhound, this is Black Cat. Air support over convoy. ETA 15 minutes.
I didn't see one of those yesterday.
Mississippi Delta has been torpedoed and is on fire. We've lost Mississippi Delta. All ships, maneuver to avoid.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Fuck, can't go that way. Why do you hate me, bro? fuck. Damn it, Mike. I'm not gonna wiggle free there. Alright. Time for maybe one more game after this is. At least one more, maybe two.
You can send me an invite whenever. You can send me an invite whenever. Just for our gamers, though. Doesn't empathy show whenever someone's injured? How do you unlock skills now with the new update to the Blood Web? I feel way better. Want to? Level do you prestige now? God damn it. Yeah, I know. So dumb. Did Moody not join us? What's your name on there? Hang on. Change your name? I won't play them anymore. That's why he's a fan favorite, because no one plays. Mm-hmm. Would be better. That and autofill the blood web. Yeah, but I mean, that's a quality of life thing. Some people just don't care.
It's time to duel!
Probably the perks you have. Well, she might do. I don't know what perks she has. Oh. It is the ringleader, or the ring lady. Yep. First time I've went up against her, I don't know what she does. You're really sitting on me? There's a reason why you were pushed down a well. Gave up on me. There's a TV right there. Did she teleport to the TV? Every day you can sit here working on Jen and watch TV at the same time. She's here. She's coming. Eternally, bitch. Someone fucked it up. How'd you know I was in that locker, lady? She was nowhere near me. I'll push you down the well myself. Did you need to heal somebody? But she's over here. I stole Moody's lunchbox. Gizmo Glad on her there. She keeps making clips. She keeps muting me and making clips. I'm dead. Maybe not. That was a ledge. Well, I ain't alive.